Hello, I'm Johnny Hazel, and today we're going to talk about the Rogue Invitational. This channel is dedicated to all things strongman related, and today the subject of discussion is the Rogue Invitational, the athlete lineup, and the events. So let's talk about the athlete lineup first. So we've got Mitchell Hooper, Maxime Vaudreuil, Rob Kearney, Martin Sleasis, Bobby Thompson, Alexei Novikov, Trey Mitchell, Pavel Nakoniecki, and we've also got Kevin Fez and Evan Singleton. So I'd say the athlete lineup is 10 out of 10. Fantastic. It is going to be really close. I'm looking forward to seeing what Trey Mitchell can do, and I'll explain why later. But we've got a couple of favourites to win. We've got Martin Sleasis and Alexei Novikov, who have a very good track record at the Rogue Invitational. Brian Shaw will not be competing. He's been quite honest and open about that. He wants to spend the remainder of this year just resting, processing everything that's happened in 2022. He's lost a lot of family members, so he'd like to process that, spend time with his sons and his wife, and you can't blame him for that. So let's move on and talk about the events. So they haven't officially disclosed the events, but based on some of the hints they've dropped, based on what I've been watching in terms of the athletes training in the gym, I've narrowed it down to a few options. So the first one I believe is the Wheel of Pain. Why? Because it's the biggest and the most awesome strongman event out there. Brian Shaw brought his A game to the Shaw Classic and did a car leg press. I think Rogue will want to go out and do something similar to that and try and top that and bring back the Wheel of Pain. It's such a crowd favourite. It's such an amazing spectacle. The athletes aren't too keen on it, but the fans love it. So I think that that's going to be one of the events, potentially the first event or second event. I think there's going to be an elephant barbell event based on the athletes training. I don't know whether that's going to be for max. I don't know whether that's going to be for reps, or it's going to be in some sort of elephant barbell ladder where it goes up in increment. We'll have to wait and see. But really the favourite for the deadlift event, I would say, would be Alexei Novikov, or alternatively Trey Mitchell. They're probably the favourites, and then you'd say Mitchell Hooper would be another favourite. So we got a lot of good deadlifters, so why wouldn't you put in a deadlift event when you have a selection of very good deadlifters? So that's my thoughts on that, why I believe that will be one of the events. We've got the Slater Log. Again, we've got a lot of good log lifters. Now, based on the athletes training and some of the hints that Rogue has dropped, I believe it will be the Slater Log. We have a lot of good log lifters. Trey Mitchell. Mitchell Hooper has been doing some impressive strict pressing with the log. We've got Evan Singleton, who's been doing some very impressive log lifting recently, and he's been posting that on social media. We've got Bobby Thompson, the North American record holder. So I would say it would make sense to put a log event in, especially the Slater Log. I don't know whether that again will be in a ladder format where it goes up in increment, whether it will be for max or a set weight for reps within a set time limit. We'll have to wait and see what Rogue says, but it makes sense to have that Slater Log event. Now, if Bobby Thompson's there, he would probably be the favourite to win if he's healed from that injury he had at the Shaw Classic. But Trey Mitchell's someone to watch out for. He did a very impressive log lift the other day and posted that content on social media, so I'd be interested to see what he can do. So what else? There's a lot of ideas. Rogue are very creative, so you never know what they're going to do next. So I believe the Circus Dumbbell will be an event because of what the athletes have been training for recently. I don't know whether it will be in a ladder format, or it will be for reps, or whether it will be part of a medley or for max. I'm not quite sure, but most likely it will either be a set weight within a medley, maybe with the Yoke, or alternatively it will be like the previous Cyril dumbbell ladder but with the Circus Dumbbell this time. It'll be one of those options, but again, we got a lot of good overhead pressers. Alexei Novikov would be the favourite for this. He's got an epic technique when it comes to dumbbell pressing. But I'd also take into consideration Evan Singleton. He did a very impressive Circus Dumbbell training session the other day and posted that content on social media. I'd say he's someone to watch out for. But you've also got Trey Mitchell, Mitchell Hooper, all these people, they're fantastic. Rob Kearney, another very good dumbbell presser. Don't rule him out on the log as well. So again, it makes sense to have the Circus Dumbbell when you've got this many awesome overhead pressing athletes. So that's why I believe it will be there. What format? Who knows? But we'll definitely see the Circus Dumbbell. Now, Stones Over the Hitching Post will be a good event to finish the show on. I really enjoyed it in the past. I'd like to see it there again. I think it's a great decider, so let's hope that they will put this back in. There's a lot of good stone lifters. Trey Mitchell, Maxime Boudreau, fantastic stone lifter. Mitchell Hooper has progressed so much on the stones. You've got Alexei Novikov, probably not the best stone lifter, but he's competitive. Bobby Thompson. So again, we've got a lot of good stone lifters. It makes sense to have this sort of event, and based on what I've seen in the training, I think this will definitely be one of the events. Martins Lisis again, another great stone lifter. So I believe that the monster yoke will be there. We saw it in the past built within a medley with the log. I'm not quite sure whether it will be its own event this time round, or whether it will be they'll incorporate a medley with this event. Maybe the Circus Dumbbell, maybe the log. Who knows? We'll wait and see, but we'll definitely see the yoke. They have to have at least one moving event, at least one, and this makes sense. So if we had the wheel of pain and a yoke, that would sort of satisfy the sort of loading moving criteria for a strongman show. So it makes sense that they're going to have this monster yoke, and that's my thoughts on that based on some of the hints that Rogue has dropped as well. But also looking at a lot of the athletes' training footage, you can tell they're definitely training for some sort of monster over 1,000-pound yoke. That's something that they're training towards, and I believe that will be at the Rogue Invitational. The Rogue Invitational offers epic prize money. Yes, we've got the Giants Live finals coming up as well, but the prize money for that is nowhere near as generous as the Rogue. So I would say most of the athletes are really training for the Rogue right now. So what else? I believe there's going to be a squat event. A lot of athletes have incorporated the squat into their training. It's not at the Giants Live finals, so we know they're not training for a squat event for that, so they must be doing it for the Rogue Invitational. I'm not quite sure what bar they'll use or what setup it will be, whether it will be for max like we saw at the Arnold Strongman Classic, whether it will be on a cambered bar, whether it will be with a safety squat bar, whether it will be for reps, whether it will be a part of a medley. Who knows yet, but I think we'll definitely have a squat event for sure. And I hope so, because I'd like to see more squat events in Strongman, because I think over the past 5-6 years, I think that, no, let's say the past 3-4 years, I think that the athletes have got a bit lazy with the squat and tend not to train it, so it's good that it's coming back. So based on all those events, who's the favourite to win? Now, on the first poll, Martins Lisis was clearly the favourite. Then we got Alexei, we got Mitchell Hooper, and then Trey Mitchell. Bearing in mind I can only put 5 options. Unfortunately, YouTube limited it to just 5. I could only choose the ones that I thought were most likely to win, but I did give the option of other there, but only 2% voted for that. Now, on the second poll with the photo images this time, again, Lisis was the favourite with a bigger lead this time, 63%, then Novikov, then Mitchell Hooper, then Trey. So it was the same as the one before. Now, how do I feel about it? What's my thoughts? Well, based on the events, I strongly agree with what someone commented on the poll post, that Trey Mitchell is probably the favourite if the events are as they stand, which is a lot of static events, a lot of overhead pressing, and the deadlift, and the squat. I would say that actually Trey Mitchell is someone to watch out for. Don't write him off. He did amazing at the Shore Classic, and this Rogue Invitational is going to be quite similar to the Shore Classic. So he's kind of someone I would watch out for. Based on history and previous performances, you would say that it's either going to be Martins Lisis or Alexei Novikov as the favourite. But don't write off Trey Mitchell, and don't write off Pavlo Nakoniecki, the other Ukrainian strongman who did very well at the Giants Live Cardiff. Now, I don't believe that the Giants Live Cardiff athlete lineup was as competitive as this Rogue Invitational, nor were the events as challenging as this Rogue Invitational, but he's someone not to write off. But yeah, I mean, based on history, you'd say Martins Lisis is the favourite, especially as Brian Shaw's not going to be there. But don't write off Trey Mitchell. I'm going to say Trey Mitchell. I'm going to go out there on a limb. I'm going to say something a little bit different. I'm going to say Trey Mitchell for the win. Share your thoughts. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to finish in the top 3? What do you believe the events will be? You know, from my selection, or hey, maybe you've got another event idea that they might incorporate. Share your thoughts below in the comments. Thanks for watching this video. Please do make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Comments below really help with the algorithms, and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Have a great day.